Today we have a good one. Thor versus Medusa. Everyone comment down below who you think wins. Sit back, grab a snack and hit that subscribe button. Thor. Born to the mighty Odin and the earth goddess Gaia, Thor was destined for greatness. As the god of thunder, he inherited unparalleled strength and the enchanted hammer, Mjolnir, capable of calling storms and striking down his foes. With a heart as fierce as his power, Thor became a protector of both gods and humans alike, embodying bravery, loyalty, and a thirst for adventure. He defended Asgard against countless threats, earning his place as one of the most formidable warriors in the Nine Realms. Medusa. Once a beautiful priestess of Athena, Medusa's life took a tragic turn after a fateful encounter with Poseidon in Athena's temple. As punishment for her violation, Athena cursed her, transforming her into a monster with snakes for hair. Anyone who gazed into her eyes would be turned to stone. Despite her monstrous form, Medusa retained her humanity, filled with sorrow and rage at her curse. Forced to live in solitude within the dark caverns of ancient Greece, she became a guardian of her own domain, feared by many but misunderstood at her core. In the shadowy remnants of ancient Greece, the air crackled with anticipation as Thor, the god of thunder, strode forward into the ruins. He had heard tales of the fearsome Medusa, a creature whose gaze could petrify even the bravest of warriors. Intrigued and eager for a challenge, he called out, "Medusa, I have come to face you!" Echoing through the crumbled columns, his voice stirred the ancient spirits that lingered in the shadows. Moments later, from the depths of the darkness, Medusa emerged, her serpentine hair writhing and hissing, eyes glinting with a dangerous allure. "You are brave, god of thunder, but bravery alone will not save you from my gaze," she hissed, her voice a blend of elegance and threat. "I seek not your demise, but a worthy challenge," Thor declared, raising Mjolnir high above his head, lightning crackling around him. "Let us see who is truly the strongest." Medusa narrowed her eyes, calculating her move. With a swift motion, she lunged forward, snake snapping at the air as she closed the distance. Thor, quick on his feet, dodged to the side, narrowly avoiding her lethal strike. He swung Mjolnir, sending a bolt of lightning toward her, the energy illuminating the ruins in a brilliant flash. The lightning struck the ground near Medusa, sending up a cloud of dust and debris. She recoiled momentarily, but quickly regained her composure. "You think your thunder can defeat me? Look upon my gaze!" she shouted, twisting her head to unleash her petrifying stare. Thor felt the icy grip of her gaze, but he was no ordinary opponent. He called upon his Asgardian magic, channeling it through Mjolnir to create a protective barrier. The energy surged, reflecting her deadly gaze back at her. Medusa gasped as her own power caught her off guard, the energy striking a nearby column, shattering it into dust. "Is that all you've got?" Thor taunted, emboldened by his successful defense. He charged forward, swinging Mjolnir with tremendous force. The air crackled as he unleashed a series of lightning bolts, each one aiming to catch Medusa off guard. But Medusa was cunning. She danced around the lightning, her serpents hissing as they lunged toward Thor, trying to ensnare him. "You will regret underestimating me," she shouted, her voice echoing through the ruins. With a flick of her wrist, she commanded her serpents to strike, the creatures moving like a coordinated army. Thor felt the rush of wind as the serpents lunged, their fangs glinting in the moonlight. He swung Mjolnir again, creating a barrier of lightning that pushed the snakes back. "I will not be defeated by a mere monster," he roared, his voice filled with the power of the storm. With a fierce determination, he launched himself into the air, summoning thunderclouds that roiled above them. The sky darkened, and the winds howled as he gathered his strength. "By the power of Asgard!" he shouted, bringing Mjolnir crashing down toward Medusa. The ground erupted in a burst of energy as the hammer struck, sending shockwaves through the ruins. Medusa braced herself, the force knocking her off balance. She quickly regained her footing, her eyes blazing with fury. "You will pay for that," she hissed, her voice echoing like a serpent's rattle. In a desperate bid to regain control, Medusa unleashed a torrent of her serpents, the creatures slithering toward Thor like a wave of chaos. He spun Mjolnir above his head, sending arcs of lightning in all directions, striking the serpents and sending them flying. But Medusa was relentless. More and more snakes surged forward, seeking to ensnare him once again. Thor dodged and weaved, his heart racing as he fought against the onslaught. "You fight well, Medusa," he admitted, panting slightly. "But I will not fall today." He summoned the storm once more, channeling all his energy into Mjolnir. The air crackled with power as he prepared for one final assault. Medusa, sensing the shift in the battle, locked her gaze onto Thor, trying to catch him in her deadly stare. "Look upon me!" she commanded, her voice dripping with a mixture of rage and sorrow. "You will become one of my statues." But Thor was prepared. He closed his eyes and focused, using his other senses to guide him. With a mighty leap, he soared into the air, dodging her gaze as he came crashing down with Mjolnir aimed at the ground. "By the might of Asgard!" he shouted, unleashing a colossal bolt of lightning that illuminated the night sky. The energy surged forward, enveloping Medusa in a blinding light. The shockwave erupted, sending tremors through the earth as the power of the storm collided with her. Medusa screamed, her serpents writhing in agony as the energy engulfed her. The force of Thor's strike was overwhelming, and for the first time, she felt the weight of her curse pressing down on her. In that moment, she realized the futility of her rage against the world. As the light faded, Thor landed gracefully, breathless yet victorious. Medusa lay before him, transformed into a statue, her expression forever etched in a blend of defiance and sorrow. The ruins stood silent, the echoes of their fierce battle lingering in the air. Thor stood over her, contemplating the price of victory. "Rest now, Medusa," he murmured, a heavy heart accompanying his words. "May your spirit find peace." With that, he turned away from the shattered remnants of their duel, the winds carrying the whispers of legends past. The clash of titans had ended, but the legacy of both warriors would echo through the ages. One a protector of realms, the other a tragic guardian, forever remembered in the annals of history.